And there are also books out there that take you from one to the other, which is really great. So this really lovely book, it's called Under My Tree, is about a little girl who goes to visit her grandparents and ventures into the forest and finds a tree and falls in love with it. And we've all had that one special tree from a childhood home or a grandparent's house or whatever that we really connect with. But so, you know, in the middle of the book, every day I return to visit my tree. I run my fingers over the bark. I scratched it to see what would happen. I hugged the tree to say, I'm sorry I scratched you. Things like that. But then there's also these little tips in the bottom corner of every single spread of this book. So on this one, it's try this. So run your fingers over the trunk of a tree. Does it feel rough or scratchy? Is it soft or smooth? The bark is a kind of skin that protects the tree. So it gives you a little hint into science. Some of the spreads are a little bit more specific about how you can, like toward the end of the book, about how you can care for things. Trees are living things. They're born, they grow, they eat, they have babies, and they die. The trees of our earth purify the air so we can breathe. That's why cutting down a forest is a great danger to all living things, right? So it takes you directly from that childhood memory, even if you're reading it to grownups, right? That childhood memory of a favorite tree, or if you're reading it with kids, go find a new favorite tree outside together. But it also gives you those little tips of things to do to interact with the book, but also those little tiny bits of science. So they're going to know so much more about trees than anyone ever wanted to know just from reading this book over and over again. This is a really great one. It's another counting book, so you know, little tiny kids can have to. It counts up from 1 about wonderful things in nature. So 1 sweeping sky, 2 honeybees, right? And then once you get to 10, I believe it is, we're going to count backwards. And it's the advocacy part. So it starts with the appreciation. It moves into the advocacy. So you get 10 scraps of litter, toss them in the trash. 9 empty bottles, turn them into cash. Some of us who have lived in states where you can turn bottles in and get money back. But it ends with 1 sun, 1 earth, so beautiful. The final word is remember, only 1. So, you know, it gets you from that very simple, just appreciating, oh, look around me. There's so many beautiful things. I can count them. And then counting backwards, remembering, oh, but there's still just 1 earth. So we have to take care of it. So this Eileen Spinelli is the author on that one. The pictures are great. It's a multiracial cast of children. Highly recommend that one too.